Okay, so we're back again. We're picking on Bricky one more time. One more. Just because he's got the every single Warhammer Space Marine Legion in a nutshell video. It seems very concise. Obviously, we're going to start looking at some other different content around this whole thing. I've got like a slew of things. Also, if you have anything else you want me to look at regarding Warhammer 40k, post it in the comments, please. Also, remember to subscribe and give a like. Make sure you're subscribed to Bricky too. I usually put like his video description, or like the video in the description, so you can go there, check out his channel, and like and subscribe to all of his stuff there too, because we got to thank him for making these videos that we are reacting to right now. So I'm excited about this. Obviously, we've done all the factions. Now I'm ready to delve into all the legions. Oh, I'm so excited.
To the people on the internet, the time has
Ricky's
come. The reckoning begins. Your boy got himself a shaker cup.
He's got a wifey shaker cup.
After many months of shilling gamer subs like mad, my favorite thing to do, we have ourselves a goddamn shaker cup. It's here, the official Bricky waifu shaker cup. Do you see the gal on here? If it's not great at focusing, I'm sure there'll be a thing in the background. Skater, put a thing in the background. Long white hair, absolutely. A bit more toned. Abs, obviously. Bikini, hit it. Legally distinct mark on the face. Of course, she wants you to do the diddle thing, maybe, but most likely to serve in a glorious army. Legally distinct? I think so. The Bricky Shaker Cup is available now, and you should get it while it is hot. But if you're thinking, Bricky, what should I put in this? Well, how about my top 10 favorite gamer subs flavors from number 1 to number 10? All of them incredible, but listed regardless, and an addendum for those that are caffeine free. This shaker cup is available now in the description of this video. You may use code Bricky as well at checkout to get a discount on your order. A massive amount of profits goes to yours truly, and a huge thank you to Gamer Subs for sponsoring and for getting me this beautiful cup. Go out there and get it. I'm gonna take one more sip for the camera, slow it down, throw some sexy music in there, and I'll see you guys soon.
There you go.
Hello everybody, my name is Bricky, currently stuck in the walls of the most prodigious school in the Imperium by punishment for falling asleep during class. God bless.
I love his editor. Whoever's doing this is bomb. This is great, by the way.
Bless the skull of Progenium. Many of you have come across my Every Faction Explained.
You better believe we did. We went through all that
video. Firstly, thank you. Secondly, we are here to dig a little deeper. Space Marines are the quintessential poster boys of Warhammer 40,000. When people think 40k, they think Space Marines, but there are many types of Space Marines, formed from 20 separate legions. We are going to rattle them off in order and give you a quick rundown of each one. A disclaimer, like in my Every Faction Explained video, this is a mix of accuracy and memes. If I
Sorry, I got puppies behind me doing things.
Say the Salamander's Legion specializes in hugging children and petting puppies. They aren't exactly doing that, mostly.
Nope.
I would like to pet this creature.
But you can infer that they care about civilians and are a bit kinder than the average Space Marine.
I do remember hearing about this, them being like the nicest of the factions.
Marine being a genetically modified super soldier that's had 1 million new and terrifying organs shoved into them, refrigerators strapped to their bodies, and are so far above the average human that they are referred to as demigods instead. Each Space Marine has a father, unlike you, a Primarch, which is basically
Bricky, Bricky, don't come out swinging like that. What are you doing, bud?
Basically an even bigger Space Marine that was forged in a lab by the God Emperor of mankind.
Look at that picture. Look at that just chiseled face there. All shiny. He's a shiny boy.
That gigantic golden dude you see everywhere who is both the leader and now the...
So I have a question about his hand real quick. Why does his hand look like that? Not Bricky's hand. The Emperor's hand. It's got like blades all up in it. Are those his real fingers? It's got to be a nightmare. If you got a scratch to itch, how the hell are you going to do it? Besides the fact that you're covered in armor. But he's probably got servants for that.
The martyr of humanity. The Primarchs are his 20 sons, built in a lab, who lead 20 legions of Space Marines, who are their sons. Not from a lab, but rather a dissection table, giving them the powers and skills of their associated Primarch via a gene seed, a special organ carrying the genetic makeup of their Primarch. And
what do they call this in space? What was that? Flash Gits. Flash Gits. I'll get it because I had it a minute ago. I even got the sticker. I got the sticker from Flash Gits for Space King. Space King. There it is. Globules. The holy globules. It's basically floating testicles in a jar or something.
And, you know, their seed. So if Jagatai Khan of the White Scars has the genetic makeup that wants him to go really, really fast, then his sons, the Space Marines, also want to go really, really fast. I should note that I am only referring to the legions this time around. If you're interested in sub-factions like, let's say, the Black Templars, then it's not going to be here. However, I do have a excellent Black Templar video. I'd argue it's probably the most accurate one I can think of. It goes through the whole lore, everything about them. It's a very long video, and I'll put it in the description. Just look up Black.
We are going to be picking on him one more time after all of this, because I want to know more about that.
Templar video in the description. You'll get what you need. And now with the easy explanation.
And it's because Bricky's the man. He just comes up with all the stuff and then we just sit here and watch it.
Out of the way, let us begin with our first legion.
While we're learning this.
We're knights around table, we dance where we're able.
Dark Angels. Allegiance, loyal.
That's good to know that he's actually pointing out if they're loyalist. I'm assuming because of the Horus Heresy, obviously. So I'm glad that he's pointing that out because I still need to get back into that again. There's some videos about that I want to check out as well. There's so much content around just 40K. It's just unreal. One of these points, I want to actually do like a stream where we sit down and talk about it and, you know, kind of nerd out over this stuff. Also, again, if there's anything you want me to see, react to that I haven't, I have the Night Lords. Somebody can't remember his name right now or their name. They want me to look at the Night Lords at some point. I figured we want to go through all the factions first and try to get as much lore behind us as possible. So then when it comes time, we can just jump on that and then, you know, break down that lore. That's kind of what my thought process is. That's why we're picking on Bricky again, because he's got the video that, you know, we can kind of dissect, break down, and then piecemeal out so we can kind of make sure we get all the info, especially me, because I've been out the game for a minute now. But like piecemeal it all together and then kind of in a cohesive manner that we can have all of this stuff there ready to go in case I ever need to go back through it again, because maybe I forget something.
Primarch Lionel Johnson, a duelist, a knight, a real asshole, I'm not gonna lie. The single word descriptor, paranoid. The Dark Angels are our first legion, hailing from the death world known as Caliban. Their Primarch Lionel Johnson is what happened.
Okay.
He tried to make the side profile Chad meme into a genuine character. He is a master tier duelist, a brilliant strategist, and an overall dick. There are few situations he isn't prepared for, and few fights he isn't ready to lead head on. This makes the Dark Angels have a very Knights of the Round Table vibe. They look like the knights of old with these large suits of power armor, often donning robes and hoods. Their names also follow this. They have like Ezekiel, Azrael, Belial, Samuel, and so on. However, the common thing associated with Dark Angels are the Fallen, a part of their faction that turned traitor against the Imperium, and they are very heavily trying to expunge all knowledge of them from existence. Fallen? What Fallen? Never heard of any Fallen. Do you know about the Fallen? We're gonna take you away and mind probe you to make sure you have never heard of the Fallen. They definitely don't exist, and if they do exist, which they don't, we will find them even though they don't exist. They love their interrogations. They thrive in it. Lionel Johnson is a scorched earth policy sometimes, and it's given to his sons in force, which makes sense considering that when the Lion heard of a Chaos Primarch on a homeworld different Primarch, whose mom was there, he was like, let's nuke it. The Dark Angels are a
He just nuked another Primarch's mom. Scorched Earth policy. That's a little much. That's exterminatus. That's I can understand them maybe not wanting to have people any knowledge of like the traitor legions and or specifically the faction that came from them, just because it would tarnish their name. I understand that, but at the same time, you can't like not just say that it's not part of history, right? I mean, you could, but it's gonna take. It just seems. It seems excessive. That's the thing. It seems excessive on a planetary scale, universal scale. It doesn't seem like a great idea, and then you're killing people's moms. What's up with that? She's just probably going about her business and you destroy her planet just because she's on it? That's messed up, dude.
Special group where they formulate themselves into 3 different factions. The Deathwing Terminators, slow-moving, tough phalanx. The Raven Wing, fast jet bikes and flyers. And the Green Wing, which is your standard Marines. They are a jack of all trades, but not in the sense where they're good at everything, but rather they have a lot of things that are good at specific things. Like instead of 20 people that have a multi-tool, they instead have 20 people with gigantic power tools for every job imaginable. If you like being suspicious about everyone and everything in your surroundings, but you also like to have a whole lot of deep Knight type lore, run the Dark Angels.
The One Piece! Like the One Piece is real!
Our second Legion is a special one.
If you can see, the numbers all go to...
Wait a minute, we jump from 1 to 2. Now we're on 3. And the Emperor's Children. I know a little bit about them from the 40, the Horus Heresy stuff. That's Fulgrim. Why did we... Somebody let me know exactly what the hell just happened. We went from 1 to 2, and now we're on 3. Where is the second Legion?
2, 11.
The Emperor's Children. Allegiance, traitor. Primarch, Fulgrim. A perfectionist, an artist, a sneaky snaky snake. And the single word descriptor, perfection. The Emperor's Children are all about the pursuit of perfection. Perfection in all they do. Perfection in war, in artistry, and perfection in every other aspect of life. Their armor is a gleaming pink, purple, and gold. Their ships have spires of gorgeous marble and gold statues in their honor. Fulgrim is a man who believes the pursuit of perfection is the goal of all things, and I mean, look at him! Can you truly tell me that he is not perfect? The hair, the features. As Primarchs go, he is the one you look at, and if 40k had a guy that would give you the best sex you've ever had and never call you back, this is the fucking guy. Which is why this pursuit of decadence led them to the evils of chaos. Yes, Emperor's Children are our first Chaos Legion and not just a normal...
How messed up to be a traitor legion and you're called the Emperor's Children after you betrayed your father, who was the Emperor. That's some kind of Shakespearean shit right there. So what I remember from the Fulgrim book, if you have not read that book, wow, you're missing out on some horrible, horrible things. Probably don't read it if you I thought it was great. What does that say about me? But the guy, I can't remember all of it, but one thing, and I know I've already said this, but one thing that stuck in my mind was some of the Traitor Legions, like some of the guys, it wasn't, I don't think you were following Fulgrim, but like one of his troops, and one of them was painting with blood and other excrement, just painting over stuff, and he said it would be so vibrant, but then it would, all that life force would slowly fade from that picture. So then he'd have to redo it in the same thing, and he would just do that over and over and over again just to keep that vibrance on there. But it's just because he was going nuts because the warp had him. So if you're like really messed up books, I mean, that's a start. If you haven't already read that.
Normal one devoted to, you guessed it, Slaanesh, the Prince of Pleasure, God of Unspeakable.
Why also do they call, I can't remember, was there a reason that they call this obvious woman figure the Prince of Pleasure, Slaanesh? It has something to do with it, they got both the parts, right? But it looks like a chick for some reason.
Excess. The Emperor's children in their pursuit are now horrifyingly mutated beings through Slaanesh's great will. They torture and maim to feel perfection through pain. They screech and attack with sonic weaponry for perfection through sound. And they slaughter, aiming for perfection in war. Fulgrim himself lost the battle against Slaanesh as a demon sword corrupted his mind and transformed him into the sexy man he was, into the sexy snake he is now. A demon Primarch, corrupted and bringing his legion's will by himself. As far as Emperor's children go, they are some bad people. They do horrible things to anyone and everything. In fact, they're such trolls that their battle cry is for the Emperor, despite being horribly mutated and corrupted. If you've ever taken a little too much.
That's also a big old slap in the face right there for the Emperor when you look like that.
Of a drug, or maybe the music at the concert was too loud and you didn't bring any earplugs, or whatever the reason. You just take all those things and you dial it, and you dial it, and you twist it, and the knob breaks. And that is the Emperor's children.
So I kind of like them. I don't know why, but I kind of do. I think it's because I've got that knowledge from that book. I'm gonna have to read. I gotta get that book again. I let my buddy borrow it, and I haven't seen him since. They look cool though. They look really cool. I like the sonic weapons. Yeah. I like that. I don't know. I'm just kind of staring at what's going on behind Bricky.
God is dead. God remains dead, and we have killed him.
The Iron Warriors. Allegiance, traitor. Primarch, Perturabo, a warlord, a siege smith, an incel. Single word.
Why is he an incel? I thought they were all incels.
Descriptor.
I'm confused about that. Sorry, I paused again. Why is he an incel? I don't understand. Is it because reasons? I don't know, but aren't all of them, none of them have children, are not supposed to have children? Bricky, you look crazy in that particular picture. I'm sorry. I'm confused. If somebody knows, let me know in the comments. I don't understand that.
Siege. Continuing the trend of our Chaos Legions, we have the Iron Warriors led by Primarch Perturabo of Olympia. To understand the Iron Warriors, though, one must first understand Perturabo. A man so bitter, coffee beans run for light. A man who hates the world and everyone in it, who never got recognition for his deeds, who hates his brothers and hates their accomplishments even more. Someone so laughably petty, so incredibly bitter that he goes full circle to becoming likable. Why? Because he's competent. The Horus Heresy.
So he's just competent, and that's... So he's not likable, but he's competent, and he kind of failed, but now he's competent, so people like him again? This was the Iron Warriors, right? I think I missed that part.
We didn't talk about the Horus heresy. Intermission.
Uh-oh.
So Horus was the Emperor's favorite son, right? You know, so the Emperor walked into his room. Horus said, Dad, I just gifted 150 subs to Amaranth, and she said my name a ton. And she...
Do not gift 150 subs to Amaranth. Don't do that.
Loved me for it. I really think that I might get to meet her one day. And it kind of played out something like this.
Your feelings for her are not real. They are real to me!
And then it started playing out a little bit more like this.
Let the seas boil. Let the stars fall. Though it takes the last drop of my blood.
Yeah.
That's metal.
So Iron Warriors, the Horus Heresy wouldn't have gotten shit done without Peter Turbo. Imagine an entire faction that is the personification of brutal industrialism, where you serve the Legion until your dying breath. You build and you kill and you siege and you kill and you literally summon demons just to take them and trap them in machines and use them as cannon fodder. This is a thing they do. They summon demons to trap and use as shock troops. The Iron Warriors are siege warfare incarnate. They are heavy weapons, they are tanks, they are turrets, and they don't die. They hate Imperials, they hate Imperial Fists.
Do you need a pacifier, Iron Baby? No! No, I don't!
They are bitter incarnate. Perturabo and the Iron Warriors don't serve the Chaos Gods because they like them. They serve them because fuck you.
Come on, guys, let's go.
Not another speeding ticket. I'll fight it in court, but I don't think they're gonna accept gotta go fast as a medical condition.
The White Scars. Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Jagatai Khan, a speed demon, a plain strider, a roast god. Single word descriptor.
So very much like Mongolian, right? Obviously Khan, like Genghis Khan, Mongolians move fast. Yeah. Okay, so I kind of understand some of them fall into like a, not meme category, but like a, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm like lost for words today. Almost like a stereotypical word. No, it's not like a stereotype, but stereotypical as we're taking like continents, people from continents and creating, you know, kind of, you know what I'm saying, right? Creating like a, oh man, I'm having issues today. Creating like a subgenre of a particular thing to flip into this sci-fi setting. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Speed. Hailing from Chagoris. The White Scars are all about speed. They love melee, but they love it even more when they are doing it from a motorcycle or land speeder. Or honestly, just running really damn fast. The White Scars are honestly forgotten about a lot, and that's lore accurate. They are a legion that doesn't seek the recognition or glory from the combat they engage in. They engage in it because it is their duty and because they love it. Not in the insane slaughter enjoyment of loving it, but in the thrill of the fight. They are known as the Laughing Killers because they ride into battle with a smile on their face and a chuckle in their throat. And as you can tell by their Primarch's name, they are Mongolian based. Remove horses replace them with motorcycles and land spears, and that's your style. They are heavily based on the old times of Genghis Khan, and consider this is 40k and everybody's evil. You know, that fits. The White Scars are actually physical scars on their body, going back to their heritage on Chagoris. The Khan himself is kind of a dickhead, but a reasonable one. He thinks ahead, he's intelligent, he's patient. He is often underestimated because he doesn't scream his accomplishments from the rooftops, which is what makes him and the White Scars dangerous. His skills are kept at bay, only to be truly shown when the time is needed. The White Scars are a forgotten legion often, but that doesn't diminish their accomplishments. All it does is surprise those who underestimate them. Speed, awesome Mongolian vibe they got going on, and if you really like to stab people, that's the White Scars for you.
That's
shameless thirst break.
This is dog.
I need to get one of those cups.
Woof, bitch.
The Space
bitch.
Wolves.
That's cool.
Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Lehman Russ. A Viking, Savage, The Undertaker. Single word descriptor, wolf, 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 wolf.
Isn't there like a number of these where they're like based off of wolves? I feel like there is. I feel like there's a number of legions that have at least a wolf for some reason in them. Like Horus Lupercal. I'm pretty sure that's something.
There's so many goddamn wolf units. Skater, how many units in the Space Wolves Codex have the word wolf in their name? The Space Wolves are the 6th Legion and hail from Fenris, a frozen wing.
Of course, Fenris. That was a Viking. There's something to do with Vikings, like the wolf in a Viking mythology, if I'm not mistaken. So obviously it makes sense, and it's all wolf based.
Wasteland of a world with their Primarch, Leman Russ.
And they look like Vikings.
I don't really need to spend a whole lot of time talking about the Space Wolves because it's very obvious who they are. They are the second most obvious what their
so they ride on wolves because that's fucking badass.
Stick is Legion in the 20 legions besides the World Eaters. When you look at the Space Wolves behind, what do you see? Do you see Vikings in space? You've done it. Congratulations. You have found Vikings.
You gotta know, sorry I keep pausing, but you gotta like how it's really it really is like a nutshell. That is exactly what they are, and you can't really deviate from that because he's got a giant wolf head on his fucking cowl. And they look like Vikings
in space, but they have as much in common with a regular Marine as an old-day Viking with like a Roman soldier. You see, as a Space Marine, your body is so enhanced that you filter out poison, and so you can't get drunk. The Space Wolves distill a special mead out of a horrible poisonous plant that would kill a normal human, so they could get drunk. They have fangs in their mouths. They sometimes cannibalize their enemies. Sometimes they eat people because they gain knowledge about them from there and about battle plans. The Space Wolves are savages. They're raiders. They're Vikings. But despite all of this, they are loyal to their core. Leman Russ is an egotistical guy who just shouts stories and tales of his accomplishments everywhere they can. But at the same time, he was so damn loyal that instead of gunning down his foes, he hit him with a fucking backbreaker to show his devotion to wrestling. If you want Vikings in space, you found it. Play the Vikings in space.
We're gonna build the wall. We have no choice. We have no choice. Build that wall. Build that wall. Build that wall.
The Imperial Fists. Allegiance, loyalist. Primarch, Rogel Dorn. A builder, a phalanx, and he needs a hand. Single word descriptor.
Is that he needs a hand? Is that why they're called the Iron Fists? And I've heard that name, Rogel Dorn, before. I don't remember the context, but I do remember.
Fortify. The Imperial Fists are led by Primarch Rogel Dorn, their homeworld of Inuit. However, they themselves are actually a fleet-based.
Those spaceships are so cool. Look at how big they are.
Chapter with their main source of recruitment coming from a enormous moon-sized ship called the Phalanx. The Fists are a chapter you think of when you think of duty. They love to serve. The love to serve and the inability to be moved. Rogel Dorn is an architect, a master builder, and basically a rock in brain and body. A lack of humor or ability to lie shows that he is as blunt as the weapons of war he creates. Not the swords he makes, but like blunt, strong weapons. The Fists are the same. Take your archetypical American Marine style look, a buzz cut, a hard sense of duty, and then throw in some power armor and a love for building defenses, and you have the Imperial Fists. They are immovable. Cool. When you find a spot, they're ready to defend. You can't breach them. Their knowledge of defensive warfare is paramount. Without them, the Horus Heresy would have been so much more effective, but thanks to their insane and immovable tenacity, the Imperium lives today. And let's not forget that Iron Warrior and Imperial Fist rivalry. Want to know why the Iron Warriors are—
That's interesting. Iron Warriors and then the Iron Warriors and Imperial Fists? Got that right?
So bitter, these guys are the reason why.
Hey guys, read the thing!
I have to see this whole thing.
Hey! Hey, that could have killed me! Hey guys! We missed! Get another!
Dorn and Perturabo are basically two sides of the same coin. One is just a bit more level.
Why did it say version? Perturabo.
headed and got better jobs. If you want to be defensive, to be good at everything Space Marines are good at, bolters, heavy weapons, vehicles, you want a classic military fighting force, start fisting.
I am having a very bad...
All right, we're going to call it there for this one. Night Lords, I'm excited to hit this one next. Obviously, I think that's where we're heading shortly after this. Again, thank you for watching. Please remember to go check out Bricky's channel. If you're not already subscribed to him, please go do that. Also, obviously, like and subscribe here. If you have anything you want me to check out, please let me know in the comments. That would be fantastic for me. Thank you, and I'll catch you in the next one.